Hey, it's James Anafish from Air Cowboy Country. So glad you could be here. Today I want to talk about where I was wrong in week one. I know some people don't want to admit when they're wrong. I know that, because then all of a sudden if you were wrong about it and you're not an expert. Well, some things happen that you don't expect to happen, and it's just the way it is. First one, I was wrong about Texas Tech versus Wyoming. What I didn't know was that Wyoming has a new coach, and they deliberately, purposefully tried to slow the game down. So the only reason the final score was 35-33 is because they went to overtime. I'm not surprised that Wyoming up front could match Texas Tech physically, because I saw Wyoming last year against BYU. They've got some pretty big guys up front. So it's unfortunate, but excuse me. It shows you why a lot of teams don't want to go to Laramie, Wyoming, because it is difficult to play there. So kudos to Wyoming. They did a pretty good job. I was wrong about Colorado. When you replace over half your team in the portal, that's never happened before, and because it happened, Colorado's got a pretty good team. And I mean, just looking at the rest of their schedule, all Colorado has to do is beat every team in their schedule that's not ranked, and they'll finish 7. If they were to lose to every ranked team and beat every team that is not ranked, they'll finish 7-5 and go to a bowl. So that's my amended prediction. They'll finish 7-5, 8-4, go to a bowl. Now, why is that a good thing? Because what it shows is that Brett Yormark was a genius in bringing in Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and Arizona State. Because Arizona and Colorado, or Utah and Colorado, look pretty good in football. They're going to be great additions to make the Big 12 stronger. Arizona's a powerhouse in basketball. With the additions of Arizona, Cincinnati, Houston, BYU's better in football than they are basketball. Adding Arizona, Houston, and Cincinnati makes the Big 12 the best basketball league in the country. Considering that Cincinnati and UCF have actually gone to the playoff, gives the Big 12 credibility. So, in a way, I'm kind of glad I was wrong about Colorado. Third, I was wrong about Florida State. They were absolutely dominant. I think LSU had flashes of brilliance earlier today, or yesterday. But I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised, especially how well that quarterback pulled it off. He was about to do a handoff. It was a read option, and at the very last second, he pulled that ball away and took off and went around and scored a touchdown. That was absolutely brilliant. That is exactly how you're supposed to run the read option. And Mike Norvell looks like a great hire. He really does. So, hey, it's okay to be wrong. Now, I do believe that I was right about Oklahoma State. And I'll tell you why. To me, it doesn't matter which of the three, whether it's Gunnar Gundy or Rangel or Alan Bowman. It doesn't matter. The person I saw who had, even on a run that was called back on a holding play, the person I saw that made very spectacular plays was Ollie Gordon. As a sophomore, he's obviously grown. He's playing much better than he did last year. And he has the potential to really have a breakout season. So, the thing about him is that you also have Jaden Nixon at running back. And he's really good. And I think they've got like 3 or 4 guys that really could start. So I do think Oklahoma State's running game is going to get better. I do want to add this as a caveat. It is entirely possible that of the 3 non-conference games, the first one is actually going to be the hardest. From what I was told by Robert Allen, sideline reporter for Oklahoma State, Central Arkansas has some pretty big boys on the offensive and defensive line. And so we'll have to see what happens in Tempe on Saturday. I'll be there in person. I just hope and pray that that Oklahoma State can pull off the win. And I don't want to make that trip and have to watch Oklahoma State lose. But stuff happens. One thing I know for sure is that if you're watching this video, I'm going to go to Arizona and I'm going to make 3 videos. I'm going to make one of the outside of Arizona Stadium. I'm going to do Arizona State Stadium, the outside, and then I'll do a 3rd video of the inside of Arizona State's stadium. I want to bring this information to you. And it's even more important now because Arizona and Arizona State are going to be a part of the Big 12. So if you either live in Arizona and you're going to go to games, you want to know what the stadium's like. If you live outside of the state of Arizona and you are a fan of a Big 12 team, you're going to want to see the stadiums and know where to park, concessions. You're going to want to know the type of stuff that I bring to you. Just like the other day when I was at SMU, last year when I went, I couldn't find a whole lot. There were hot dogs and stuff, but I couldn't find any barbecue. Thankfully, on Saturday, I found some brisket nachos, brisket tacos, brisket sandwich, which was fantastic. So, barbecue always makes the sporting events better. So, if I can bring that information to you, I believe it'll make your experience as a fan better. So, anyway, if you are new to the channel, please hit like and subscribe. If you know somebody who's a sports fan, tell them about this channel. There's a pretty good chance if they're not an Oklahoma State fan that I've probably done their stadium. I've been as far west as Utah and as far east as the Carolinas. I've been up to Minnesota and Ohio State. I've been as far south as, Texas and TCU and Baylor. Actually, the furthest south I've been is Houston and UTSA. So, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you for watching. And as always, go Pokes. Bye.